Hey, I'm Cindy, and this is Care for Them, Care for You, my real life caregiving journey. Zero fluff and a whole lot of I didn't sign up for this honesty, plus some survival tricks I'm figuring out as I go. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're looking for color coded productivity, you've clicked the wrong video. What you will get here is real life caregiving, messy days, and tiny things I do so I don't fall apart. Consider this my ranting TED Talk, where nothing is made up. And the words do matter, because if you're caring for everyone else, somebody should be caring for you. Welcome to my first video. I'd like to lay out my journey on how I became a multi-generational caregiver. Trust me, it's been a wild ride. In this video, I will give you the overview of each story, and there will be videos to come of each story and its details. Without further ado, first came my brother. As a kid, he was diagnosed with ADHD, or Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. He had a learning disability and anger management disorder. Later, as an adult, he was labeled with schizophrenia and a mild IDD, or intellectual and developmental disabilities. He was the 3-year-old who yelled, "Book me," as he shoved a book into the adult's stomach for attention. He was constantly full of Daffy Duck energy, bouncing off the walls. School was rough. My mom had to go in and help a lot. And he had anger outbursts that got harder to manage in his teens. Because of that, my role as a kid was to be the independent, low-maintenance one. And now, as an adult, I've turned into the fixer-upper of his life. Then there's my son. From early on, he struggled to meet milestones. He wouldn't crawl to people, but he would crawl across the room to a phone playing music. He wouldn't walk on his own, so we used one of those little walking harnesses just to help him get around. He didn't talk until he was about 3. He would grunt and point mostly. If you didn't understand him, you'd get this ear-piercing scream. In preschool, he hid under chairs and tables, but somehow he managed a collection of girls in his classes that would basically want to adopt him and take care of him. A day shy of his 5th birthday, after years of wait lists, we finally got him tested. His results came back with mild to moderate autism, sensory processing disorder, a speech delay, and balance and coordination issue, just to name a few. Then in middle school, we had him retested. They then added ADHD and a mild intellectual disability disorder. This shifted everything, but that story is for another video. My role as his mom has been advocate, appointment manager, translator for his needs, long-term planner, CNA, enhanced homemaker, community connector, and now that he is over 18, his official family caregiver. Basically, if it touches his life, it usually runs through me first. Then there was my oldest daughter, who often looked to others like she was being defiant or difficult. At home, she would scream and hide from small animals and insects, not allow me to leave a room without her, and she would not sleep in a separate bed, much less a separate room. It took forever, tiny step by tiny step, just to get her into her own bed, let alone her own room. At school, she was labeled talkative, energetic, and defiant. In one instance, she bit a teacher. In another, she refused to get back to work over finishing snack, which resulted in a room clear. Her struggles led to a school suspension and a 504 plan. We got an anxiety and separation anxiety diagnosis first, and it took years of pushing before she got the label of ADHD. Doctors didn't put it in writing until 3rd grade. She began struggling with grade-level academics and received an IEP. With the diagnosis came the ability for meds That helped her so much that she didn't need a special classroom. The newest addition to my caregiving roster is my boyfriend's grandma. I didn't really step in until she started having falls and wasn't steady on her feet. She had caregivers coming in, but a lot of them couldn't safely help her transfer off the couch that she was sleeping on. Right after Christmas, she called us and she told us that she'd been stuck on the couch for 4 days. I instantly packed up and ended up staying with her for a month. While I was there, I coordinated her care. I ended up being the one doing her transfers, helping her with the bathroom, helping with bathing, pushing to get the equipment she needed, and changing her caregiving service. Basically, I slid into the role of coordinating her care and filling in all of the gaps. On top of all of this, I've been on the inside. I've worked in youth treatment centers, I've been a paraeducator across multiple grade levels, and I've worked as a CNA for other elderly adults. So when I'm talking about the system, I'm talking as a daughter, a mom, a granddaughter, a sister, and someone who's literally been paid to care for other people's family members too. This is how I became a multi-generational caregiver. When I say this channel is my ranting TED Talk about caregiving and why I'm starting this channel, if you want to hear more about this journey and where it takes me, go ahead and like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. This is Care for Them, Care for You. Don't forget, caretakers are part of the plan.